Hello, what's up guys? Welcome to Alternative Gadget. My name is Jupiter. It has been nearly a month since I posted the world's first unboxing video of the Yoga Duet 2021. So I have been using this convertible as my main computer for 4 weeks. I have done everything from video editing to gaming to work presentation on it. Now I can say with strong confidence that I know quite a lot about this device. And in this video, I will tell you everything that I know and hopefully everything that you want to know about the Yoga Duet. Without further ado, let's start with the specifications. As you can see, there's an Intel Tiger Lake CPU with integrated Iris Xe graphics. The computer also has 16 gigs of DDR4 memory, a 512 gigs SSD, and a 13-inch 2K display. Not many people in the world will reject the aesthetics of the Yoga Duet. Its metal body feels incredibly sturdy and high quality. The snake gray finish of my unit is not only easy on the eyes, but also has lingering charm. Even those small details, like the Lenovo branding and the Yoga logo, feel extremely delicate and subtle. There's a 5-pin keyboard connector on the bottom. On the right side of the computer, we find the power key, a volume rocker. The USB-C port here supports data transfer and always-on power output. The left side sports a Thunderbolt 4 USB-C port, a 3.5mm headphone jack, a microSD card slot, as well as another USB-C port. Because this computer has an active fan inside of it, we can see lots of cooling vents on the top side for hot air expulsion. This tablet includes a kickstand, which allows you to position its screen at nearly 80 angle, from 0 to 160 degrees. The hinge looks sophisticated and extremely durable. It is able to take a huge amount of pressure. You don't have to worry about damaging it in normal everyday use. The keyboard cover will attach to the tablet automatically when you put them together. The attraction is reasonably strong. Once the two are connected, they won't be easily broken apart. The Yoga Duet is extremely portable. The tablet only weighs 799 grams. The ultra-thin keyboard, which also serves as a screen cover when closed, weighs only 380 grams. Unfortunately, there's no fingerprint reader on board. The 5-megapixel front-facing infrared camera supports Windows Hello facial recognition, and it generally works fine. The Yoga Duet doesn't have a USB-A port. A hub like this one is always necessary. Both the pen and the keyboard are included in the retail package. You don't need to pay extra for them. The fabric on the back of the keyboard looks extremely stylish. These physical keys are not only well-spaced and full-sized, but also have decent travel. I reached my top typing speeds in only a couple of hours. The touchpad is large and easy to use. But what really makes the Yoga Duet's keyboard special is that you can use it even when it's detached from the tablet. The battery inside the keyboard will last 2 to 3 hours, depending on your typing pace. However, the keyboard cover here won't tilt up for a more comfortable typing angle like the Surface Type cover does. The pen supports 4096 levels of pressure and is responsive enough for writing and drawing. But there's a slight amount of latency, which makes it feel less instantaneous than the Apple Pencil, but it's not really a big issue for average consumers like myself. One of the major differences between the Yoga Duet and the Surface Pro 7 has to be the display. The 13-inch display here has a 16:10 aspect ratio. The resolution is 2160 by 1350. That equals to 196 pixels per inch. Colors on the screen look vibrant and true to life, thanks to its 100% sRGB color gamut. The brightness of the screen can reach up to 450 nits, making the display even visible outdoors. The Yoga Duet comes with dual speakers that support Dolby Audio, but they're not great at all. They generally sound more like tablet speakers rather than laptop speakers. I will compare them to the speakers of the Huawei Mate 13. Please take a listen for yourself.
I think that in some way, Colin did the same.
The The YOGA Duet is powered by the latest Intel Core i5-1135G7 Tiger Lake CPU, coupled with 16 gigs of memory and 512 gigs of SSD. In the Cinebench Release 23 CPU test, the YOGA Duet scored higher than the Surface Pro 7, which is powered by last generation's Core i5 CPU. PC Mark simulates different real-world productivity and content creation workflows. We use it to assess overall system performance for office-centric tasks. The YOGA Duet scored 4262 in the standard PC Mark 10 test, ranking above the Dell XPS 13 2-in-1 and the Microsoft Surface Pro 7. In Geekbench 5, the YOGA Duet also got decent scores in both CPU single-core and multi-core. The integrated Intel Iris Xe graphics may not rival dedicated graphics found in gaming laptops and mainstream PCs, but it's a huge step up from the UHD 600 GPUs. In the 3D Mark Skydiver, Firestrike, and Time Spy tests, the Duet scored much higher than the Surface Pro 7. This computer features a PCI Express NVMe SSD, so the read and write speeds are quite decent. One of the major complaints about the YOGA Duet's configurations is its memory. Don't get me wrong, 16GB is quite plentiful for 82-in-1. The real problem is that it's single channel. Some 3D games and big applications may suffer from this, but for most applications, you won't notice any difference. I am actually quite happy with the YOGA Duet in my daily usage. The system didn't slow down even when I was opening a dozen web pages in Chrome. It also has no problem streaming 4K YouTube videos. Editing videos in Power Director is generally smooth. Filters and animations didn't take long to get applied to all layers of clips. The computer never really left me waiting for it to process a task or command. Everything just still flows on the screen. The YOGA Duet is definitely not designed for gaming, but you can run most titles in moderate settings. Fortnite was generally smooth in 720p and basic visual effects. The average frame rate was 46 frames per second. I also played League of Legends on the YOGA Duet. When I set the resolution to 720p, visual effects to medium, the frame rate can stay at 60 frames per second. However, Conqueror's Blade was quite a different story. Even at 720p and no settings, it still didn't feel smooth at all. The average frame rate here is only 23 frames per second, which means that the title is only playable on the Duet, but you're not gonna enjoy the experience. The battery life of this computer is not that great. It generally gives me about 5 to 6 hours of screen time in mixed use. In my very own battery rundown test, it lasted 9 hours playing a 1080p video on loop. The Duet also comes with the latest Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.1. The microSD card now supports cards up to 1TB, and the YOGA Duet can be connected to fast external storage, or even an eGPU via the Thunderbolt 4 port. Most people, like myself, will probably never use an eGPU, but it's still good to know that you have that option when you need it. The two Type-C ports on the left both support video output. The Thunderbolt 4 port, which is compatible with DisplayPort 1.4, can even output 8K 60Hz. Both the Thunderbolt 4 and the multifunction USB-C port are compatible with PD3 fast charge. Using the supplied 65-watt power adapter, you are able to refill the Duet's battery rather quickly. Okay, that's all for today's review. If you have more questions about the YOGA Duet, please leave a comment or a message. Also, I'd like to know your thoughts about this computer. Do you want one for yourself? Or are you still going for the more expensive Surface Pro series? Or do you just want an ordinary laptop without all this shape-shifting? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.